Hi everyone. We're almost out of the lockdown, but the weather's really starting to warm up here in London. So I thought today I would just do a quick run through of some of my favourite products for summertime or the warmer weather. And there's 4 things that I've picked up from my bathroom cabinet to show you all. So those of you who have seen me in clinic know that one of my favourite sunscreens for everyday use is by a brand called Epionce, the Ultra Shield, which is an SPF 50, predominantly mineral based, but it does have some chemical filters in it. The reason I really like this is because I feel that this sunscreen is very easy to use. It goes on really well. It doesn't make the skin look too white, which is often an issue with pure mineral-based sunscreens. When it comes to SPF, 30 is the absolute minimum, but anything 30 and above is absolutely fine, and there isn't much of a difference between 30, 50 and anything 50 plus. Certainly in the UK, nothing is labelled as being higher than 50. In other parts of the world you can get higher sun PF. When it comes to being on the beach or prolonged sun exposure, I would go for definitely a mineral based sunscreen, and Thinksport is the one that I really like. This is 20% zinc oxide, so zinc is the active ingredient. It's the whitish sort of looking mineral. So this is probably not something you want to put on every single day, certainly not walking around in London, but when I'm kind of on the beach, when I go back home to Australia, when I'm in Sydney, where the sun is very strong, this is definitely what I put on for a day of being out and about, and this is what I put on my kids as well. And then in terms of topping up, so this is another thing that comes up a lot. So I think that it's not very practical to keep reapplying sunscreen throughout the day, even though ideally that's what we should be doing. And I think if you're on the beach, then I think, try to remember to put another layer of sunscreen on every few hours. But if you're out and about, you've just been out all day, any of those kind of summer daytime activities, the one thing that I usually have in my bag is a brush-on sunscreen. So this one's by Science, and we have this one on our website. And this is the one that I quite like, and it's a clear powder. So it's a mineral-based powder. And I think it's a really easy way of reapplying sunscreen over the top of makeup throughout the day, just for topping up your sun protection. But please don't think of this as your replacement for a daily sunscreen. I think this is great, for top-ups, but not to be used on its own to give sufficient sun protection. So I think that needs to be used in combination with your sunscreen. Finally, one of the other things that I often think about is the eye area, which is also prone to getting obviously sun damage, and particularly pigmentation can often be an issue on the tops of the cheeks, so just under the eye. And so I think that's an area that's worth paying particular attention to. Regular sunscreen can sometimes irritate the eyes, so not always advisable to take that up around the eye area. So a product that I really like is another one by Science actually, and it's called Total Eye, and it's a 3-in-1 product because it acts as a concealer. It takes the place of a day eye product, so it's providing some hydration, it's providing sun protection, and it's also got some colour in there, so it can be used as a concealer. Those are my 4 top tips. So the Epionce for your day-to-day sunscreen, Thinksport for your mineral-based, kind of heavy-duty, going out on the beach sunscreen, your Science Brush-on Sunscreen for top-ups, and there's also another one called Brush-on Block that's also quite good. And then your eye protection, so your Science 3-in-1 Total Eye Renewal Therapy. If you've got those products, and as you can see, sun protection is the #1 focus of all of those, then I think you're covered. And as I always say, prevention is better than cure. So just don't put your face in direct sun, wear a hat, wear sunglasses, go and get the sun on your arms and your legs instead. Anyway, I hope that helps, and yeah, let me know what you think in the comments.